It was a stormy night unlike any other, a night where the winds howled with unnatural rage, and lightning tore through the sky as if the heavens were at war. Each flash illuminated twisted shadows in the forest, now trees that seemed to reach out with claw-like branches. In this chaotic tempest, footsteps pounded heavily against the wet earth, hurried, desperate. The runner was a young man, ECHEZONA, and the terror in his eyes told a story far worse than the storm itself. He stumbled, chest heaving, yet refused to stop. The darkness seemed alive, whispering threats from the shadows. What pursued him was unknown, but whatever it was had driven him deeper into the cursed forest, a place no man willingly ventured. His mind raced with fragmented thoughts. How had things turned so quickly? Days ago, he had been a noble prince of Udemba kingdom, known and respected. Now he was hunted like an animal. Were they still behind him? He couldn't risk stopping to check. Lightning flashed again, revealing the jagged trunks of enormous trees, some split open by time or nature. ECHEZONA strained his eyes, hoping for a hiding place. There, a small cave, barely visible behind twisted roots. Without a second thought, he darted inside. The air inside was cold and damp, and the earth seemed to breathe beneath him. He crawled as far back as the cramped space allowed and waited, shivering, whether from cold or fear, he could not tell. As the storm raged on, memories flooded his mind. Just days ago, he had walked proudly through his kingdom. He had been a prince, strong, skilled, yet sheltered. Now, every muscle ached, each cut and bruise burning like fire. ECHEZONA clenched his fist and asked under his breath, "Why me? Oh, why me?" Tears blurred his vision as he thought of the village stream, the clear, cold water that flowed from the sacred Omoba fountain. He remembered how he had believed that drinking from the stream connected him to his ancestors, their strength, their wisdom. Now, those memories felt distant, like a dream slipping away. The storm subsided, and silence crept over the forest. But ECHEZONA knew better than to let his guard down. He stayed still, barely breathing. Legend spoke of this place, the evil forest, a place of restless spirits and abandoned outcasts. Some believed the tribe of flesh-eating savages still lurked deep within. Exhaustion overtook him, and sleep claimed him. But peace did not last long. A cold, slithering sensation woke him, a snake crawling over his leg. In a flash of panic, he kicked it off and bolted for the cave entrance. His heart pounded as he scanned the surroundings. The sun was now high in the sky, nearly noon. He had survived the night, but hunger gnawed at him fiercely. Checking his belt, he found his knife, a small but trusted blade. He gathered sturdy branches and sharpened them into makeshift weapons. The survival training he had despised as a young prince now felt like a gift from the gods. In no time, he had 2 rabbits and a squirrel hanging from his shoulders. His next task, fire. Smoke could draw attention, but he had no choice. Carefully, he lit a small fire and climbed a nearby tree to watch over his roasting meal from above. From his vantage point, ECHEZONA spotted something in the distance, smoke calling from the trees. A village. Relief battled with dread. Was this salvation or danger? Could it be the rumored tribe of flesh-eaters? He had no choice but to find out. As he neared the village, muffled cries reached his ears. He crept closer and saw 2 men dragging a struggling young woman. The men wore ragged skins and leaves, not villagers, but wild savages. The girl wore fine native attire, her face painted with delicate tribal markings. ECHEZONA didn't hesitate. In a flash, he lunged from the shadows. The fight was swift, 2 quick blows left the men unconscious. Breathless, ECHEZONA turned to the girl. For a moment, he forgot his own wounds, his hunger, everything. Her beauty struck him like a hammer. Dark eyes wide with fear, her lips trembling, she stared back. "Are you all right?" ECHEZONA asked, his voice gentle. The girl blinked, regaining her composure. Yes. Thank you," she stammered. "I was gathering herbs for my father when they came. If not for you." "Where's your home?" ECHEZONA asked. "Not far," she replied. "Please come with me." My father will want to thank you. They walked together to her village, a peaceful settlement hidden among the trees. There, ECHEZONA met ECHEZONA, the great priest of the Ophiochi kingdom, a man with piercing eyes and a presence that commanded respect. Upon hearing how ECHEZONA had saved his daughter, ECHEZONA laughed heartily and clapped ECHEZONA on the shoulder. You are not just brave, ECHEZONA said, but wise enough to know when to act. ECHEZONA, recognizing the man's rank, quickly presented him with one of his roasted rabbits. ECHEZONA's eyes sparkled. You are a warrior with wisdom, the priest said with a grin. He waved the rabbit before his shrine, chanting words unknown to ECHEZONA. Suddenly, smoke billowed from clay pots positioned before the altar. ECHEZONA laughed, his voice echoing across the room. The gods favor you, ECHEZONA declared. You have no reason to fear. That night, ECHEZONA was bathed, tended to, and given a place of honor at a feast. As the family gathered, ECHEZONA couldn't help but notice ECHEZONA's daughter, Azara, watching him with a smile. He tried not to stare, but his eyes kept finding hers. Midway through the meal, ECHEZONA's voice cut through the chatter. Now, brave ECHEZONA, he said, tell me, what brought you through the evil forest? ECHEZONA swallowed hard, his mind drifting back to the events that had brought him to this place.